Ever felt like a pressure cooker about to explode? You're not alone. Stress is a universal enemy, but what if you could fight it with words? Welcome to the battlefield of stress, where everyone is a soldier, and the enemy is as elusive as it is formidable. Stress can feel like a relentless foe, constantly looming over us, and it has a knack for striking when we least expect it. It's omnipresent, lurking in the shadows of our daily lives, ready to pounce at the slightest provocation. But what if we told you there's a way to fight back? What if you could take the energy of your stress and channel it into something constructive? Instead of letting stress consume you, you could use it as a force for positive change. This is where the Fight Club for Words comes in. Picture this: a club where the weapons are not fists but words. A place where you can unleash your frustrations not through violence but through language. A sanctuary where you can express your anger and anxiety not with destructive actions but with constructive conversation. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? The Fight Club for Words isn't just a metaphorical concept, it's a practical approach to stress management, harnessing the power of language and communication to combat the daily pressures we all face. It's about turning your stress into a dialogue, not a disaster. It's about transforming your tension into a conversation, not a conflict. So, ready to swap punches for pros and join the Fight Club for Words? Words, they're more than just sounds. They can be powerful weapons in the war against stress. Now let's take a deep dive into the fascinating world of neurolinguistics, the science that explores how language influences our brain. It's a realm where words are not merely expressions, but they can command our feelings, mold our reactions, and shape our reality. Imagine a stressful situation. Perhaps you're stuck in a meeting that's stretching on for eternity. Now, if you describe this situation to yourself as unbearable or torturous, your brain latches onto these negative words, amplifying your stress levels. But if you switch your language, describing the situation as challenging or a test of patience, the brain perceives it differently. This subtle change can make the situation feel more manageable, less stressful. You see, our words have the power to alter our perception of reality. They can transform a mountain into a molehill or a storm into a drizzle. It's all about the narrative we choose to tell ourselves. Take the word stress itself. It's often seen as a monster, a beast to be feared. But what if we reframe it? What if stress becomes a signal, a wake-up call for change? Suddenly it's not so scary anymore, is it? This is the power of neurolinguistics. It's the ability to rewrite your stress story, to turn it from a tale of hardship into a journey of resilience. So next time you're faced with a stressful situation, remember the power of your words. Choose them wisely, for they are the architects of your experience. Harness the power of words, and you'll discover a potent stress buster right at your fingertips. Still skeptical? Meet the warriors who've won their battles against stress using the power of words. Let's journey together through their stories and see how mindful communication has become their secret weapon. First, we have John. A high-powered executive, John was once a volcano of stress, ready to erupt at the slightest provocation. He was notorious at work for his temper, and his personal life was on the brink of collapse. Then, he discovered the power of words. He learned to express his frustrations articulately, to communicate his needs without resorting to anger. Today, John's relationships at work and home have significantly improved. He's no longer the office rage monster, but a leader who inspires his team with his calm demeanor. Next, meet Lisa, a single mother juggling 2 jobs while raising her 3 children. Stress was her constant companion, fueling her anxiety and leaving her feeling overwhelmed. But when she stumbled upon the science of neurolinguistics, she found a lifeline. Lisa learned how to use words to rewire her brain for calm. Instead of letting stress control her life, she learned to control her stress. Today, Lisa's a testament to the transformative power of words. Her anxiety has diminished and she feels more equipped to handle the daily challenges life throws her way. And then there's Jamal. A college student dealing with the pressures of academia, Jamal was on the brink of burnout. But through mindful communication, he found a way to manage his stress. He learned to articulate his concerns to his professors and peers, leading to increased understanding and support. Now Jamal's academic performance has improved and he's enjoying his college experience rather than just enduring it. Their victories can be your victories too. It's time to take up arms, or rather words. So, are you ready to join the Fight Club for words and transform your life just like John, Lisa, and Jamal? Remember, the power of transformation is just a word away. Scene script. Every warrior needs a weapon. In the Fight Club for words, your weapon is your vocabulary. Now let's talk about your armory. We've all been there. A passive-aggressive coworker, a traffic jam that seems to stretch to the ends of the earth, or maybe a home situation that's been simmering on the back burner. These are your battlegrounds and your words, your weapons. But here's the twist. Your weapons aren't meant for destruction, but for construction. To build bridges, not burn them. To resolve, not to rage. And the secret to wielding these weapons effectively lies in understanding the power of mindful communication. Imagine this. Instead of lashing out in anger, you take a deep breath and choose your words carefully. You express your frustration, not with an aim to hurt, but to be understood, to reach a resolution. You're not just speaking, you're communicating. This shift, my friends, is your secret weapon. Let's give you some practical tips. First, take a moment before you respond. A pause gives you the chance to choose your words instead of letting them choose you. Second, use I statements. Instead of saying, "You're making me stressed," try, "I feel stressed when this happens." This shifts the focus from blame to your feelings, opening up a space for understanding. Third, practice empathy. Try to understand the other person's perspective. This doesn't mean you agree with them, but it does mean you're listening. And finally, remember that it's okay to walk away. Sometimes the most powerful word in your arsenal is a simple no. With these tools, you're well equipped to handle any stress that comes your way. This isn't just a documentary, it's a call to action, a rally cry to all those who've ever felt the crippling weight of stress, who've ever felt like they're waging a lonely war against their own mind. We're here to tell you, you're not alone. There's a community waiting for you, a Fight Club for words, where we transform our frustrations into understanding and our stress into strength. Imagine being part of a community that's more than just a gathering of individuals. It's a collective force, a united front in the battle against stress. Here, we don't just share our stories, we share our victories. Every word we speak, every emotion we express, is a punch we throw at stress. We're not just surviving, we're thriving. The Fight Club for words isn't just about equipping you with the right verbal weapons, it's about giving you something even more powerful, a sense of belonging, a feeling of camaraderie. Here, you're not just a face in the crowd, you're a warrior, a stress-busting gladiator who's ready to take on the world. We're not just a club, we're a movement, a revolution in how we tackle stress. And you, yes, you can be a part of it. Together, we can learn new skills, share our experiences, and provide each other with the support we need to win our battles against stress. This is your call to arms. It's time to stop suffering in silence. It's time to take control of your stress, to turn your words into weapons, your voice into victory. It's time to join the Fight Club for words. Subscribe now and join the fight against stress. Remember, stress doesn't have to win. You do.